Hi students, I am your Daksha teacher. Today I am going to teach economics for grade 10 students. Please refer your page number 325. The World Trade Organizations and World Trade Patterns. What do you mean by World Trade Organization? We say WTO. World Trade Organization is this body which is established in 1995. It is established with 165 members and now there are more than 200 members. Who are the members of this WTO? These are members, they are countries, the developing and developed countries are the members. This is an organization like WHO, which you are very familiar nowadays. So what do you mean by this why there is a World Trade Organization? First thing is for the trade negotiations. Trade negotiations to means they have to talk and discuss about how they are going to sell their goods, how they are going to buy their goods, and what are the imports they are planning to import to their country, what are the exports they are going to plan to send out of their country. All this comes under trade negotiations. Next one is to implement and monitoring the trade activities. What are these member countries going to do with this trade? Whether they have any barriers or to reduce the barriers. So how they are going to do the trading activities, whether it is online or there is a physical ambassador representing their country. So all these implementation and monitoring will be done by a World Trade Organization. Same like a central bank governs all the commercial banks and the financial institutions. So next one is to settle the trade disputes. Between whom? The member countries. If there is any problem with these trading negotiations and agreements, this WTO will be the third person to solve these disputes and the conflicts between the member countries. When we move to the next one, what are the criticisms of this WTO? World Trade Organization, same like other organizations, have criticisms as well as advantages. So first criticism is they say it is very undemocratic. They don't listen to an environmentalist or a human rights person. They are very undemocratic. They don't give a chance to express the views of the countries. So they say it is very undemocratic. They don't listen to people. Next one is they says it favors the rights of corporations. They give the priority for a profit-oriented businesses and not to the countries. Say they give a higher priority for a multinational company like Coca-Cola or Nestle. So it favors the rights of corporation and it's not settling the disputes in a fair manner. Third one, it is destroying the environment. They are saying they are due to the higher production methods, they are destroying the environment, they are polluting the environment because they are favoring the corporations and the profit-oriented businesses. Profit-oriented businesses always go for high production, more factories, more smoke, so they are polluting the environment and destroying. Next one, it favors the wealthy nations. They are always in favor and give opinions to the wealthy nations such as developed countries always like USA or UK. And it favors the wealthy nations like developed countries. And next one, it is causing hardship for poorer nations. That means they are not obeying what these developing countries are saying. Say if Sri Lanka is a member of WTO, they are not listening to Sri Lanka, they are listening to America. So that we say it is causing a hardship for poor nations. They are not fair. Next one, why there is increase in the world trade? How this world trade is increasing? Why people are buying more and more goods and services? First thing is due to the better transportation and communication. Nowadays we have online shopping, online shippings, and we have shipment within 3 days. Why? Because we order online in a website. We have very good communication and we have very good transportation. You can ship even a car within 3 days from Japan. That is because of a good transportation and good communication method due to the advanced technologies nowadays. Next one is relaxing of trade barriers. Like those days, we don't have so many trade barriers. Trade barriers means what is that? Trade barriers. These are the obstacles a country has for the trade, for buying and selling the goods and services. So now we don't have so many rules and regulations and red tape for this trade. We are having so much of relaxed rules. Next one is the development of multinations. What do you mean by multinationals? It's a big country, big companies. What will they do is they come and establish their businesses in these member countries. So when they invest those capital in the countries, there will be a development in the multinational as well as the host country. They are putting the capital or investing the capital. Next one is the trade agreement. Between these countries, they will have an agreement. It can be SAFTA, NAFTA, UFTA. You can Google it and see what you mean by SAFTA. SAPFTA, SAFTA, UFTA, NAFTA. These are the trade agreements they have, for an example, with all these countries. So these are the terms and conditions how they are going to buy and sell their goods and services. So I hope you guys understood the lesson today. Thank you for watching this video. Stay home.